Hi, I'm Shama Kern with Thai Healing Massage Academy. Welcome to our Thai Massage Tips and Tricks series. Let's talk about the positions of the Thai massage therapist. So this has nothing to do with your client and has everything to do with you. Many times when I have new Thai massage students, they complain about some aches and pains in their body. So I will show you where that typically happens and what to do about it. The way how I'm sitting right now is a very commonly used position in Thai massage. And if you're not used to that, you will feel it in your knees. Now, this here, the quadriceps muscles, they actually go right over the knee and attach to the lower leg then. So in order to relieve that pressure in your knees that you feel when you sit like that, you just have to practice a little bit. Now, I suggest that you don't wait and do the actual Thai massage practice and then you feel, oh, I have a problem in my knees. Start before you get involved in your Thai massage practice. So, for example, spend a few minutes every day sitting like this while you're watching TV or while you're reading the newspaper or whatever. Just do that 2-3 times a day, even if it's just 2 minutes each. And after a few days, you will not feel that, or at least it will get much less, and after a while the problem disappears. I've had many students, some of them said, oh, I have a knee problem, I can't do this. Well, after a while, when they practice it, they could all do it. It's just a matter of practicing it. So sitting like this, if that's too much for you, you can take some kind of a cushion, and if necessary, 2 of them or a really big one, and put it under your butt. So that makes you sit a little bit higher and it takes some stress off your knee. So that's how you can start practicing. You should do that outside of your actual Thai massage sessions, because while you're actually doing Thai massage, this is not very practical to always stuff a pillow there. So, but before, this is a good exercise. Now, if you become more flexible and you want to stretch your quadriceps muscles more, you can do a little quadriceps stretch from yoga, and it looks like this. You just lower yourself carefully on your forearms like this, and that will have more of a stretching impact on your quadriceps. And if you can just put your head down like this. So that will really help stretch the quadriceps muscles. But you don't have to go into the full yoga position. The main thing is you have to be able to sit like this in Thai massage. So practice that until it becomes normal and doesn't hurt you anymore. And so far everyone could do it. So don't despair if in the beginning you think, oh, this is hard on my legs. It's just because you're not used to it. So that's the first position you need to practice. The next position, which is used in Thai massage very frequently, is half kneeling. Looks like this. One knee up, one knee down. And you will use that a lot. And also many times I heard from students in the beginning, oh, that's hard on my knee. Well, there are a couple of things. One is you need the right mat. If you have a very soft mat and you sink right through it and then hit the floor, that's not very good for your knee. So the mat has to be firm enough that your knee doesn't sink through. And the second thing again is you just have to practice it. You have to get used to it. If you just normally never kneel like that, yes, it will feel uncomfortable, but with a little practice, that will go away. Now, you can always use a little cushion like this one here and just put it under your knee. That makes it much easier in the beginning. And you can even keep one handy while you're doing your Thai massage sessions if you still have some trouble with your knee. And you can use that, of course. Ideally, again, you should practice this before you get involved in regular Thai massage practice. So again, just like in the previous exercise, take a couple minutes every day, 2-3 times, and practice kneeling. And of course, you want to change that. Use both knees just that you're getting used to it. But that's an essential position, and without that, it's basically impossible to do Thai massage. So that's the second thing you need to practice. And here is the third thing that you need to practice, something you have to get used to, and that is when you're sitting on your heel and on your toes. And that, of course, puts pressure on your toes, and if you're not used to that, in the beginning it will hurt. But if you get used to it, then the toes become more flexible, the toe joints, and you can sit on there. And that is also something that is used quite frequently in Thai massage, so you definitely should practice that with both feet like this. And again, do that a couple times every day, and your toes will get used to that. So now let's move on to the fourth thing you should practice, and that is squatting. And that's a bit of a balancing thing. It's not used as much, but it is used in some cases. And it looks like this. So you're just squatting on your toes. Now, once you have some balance, this is extremely easy. And where I use this a lot is when I'm shifting my position from one side of the client to the other side. In other words, it's called transitioning. And you will see that in my various training courses exactly how I do that, but it requires a good balance. And here's an exercise how you can get that. What you do is just you open out your legs a little bit, shift your weight from the center on the left foot, move your right foot out a little bit. Just imagine the client is lying between your legs, because that's what will actually happen in reality. Just that you will have to be a little bit higher up. But for now, just squat on your right heel, move to your left one, like this. Now in the beginning you might fall on your butt or fall forward, that's okay. But once you practice this for a while, you will feel very solid and very stable. And you will need that in Thai massage if you want to do elegant transitioning. Then that is something which will come in really handy. So this is the fourth thing to practice every day a little bit. So here is number 5 of the things that you might have a problem with that you need to practice, and that one is when you do standing positions in Thai massage. Now, standing positions come in very handy, especially if you're a woman, you're small, you're light, and you try to do some powerful work on a large, heavy male client. Well, then you really need other tools like knees or feet. So that's like the great equalizer for small therapists. But the issue is your balance, because if you're standing and you're working, let's say, with your right foot on the client's back, you're standing on your left foot, and now your balance isn't very good, and you kind of try to adjust this, and by mistake you put too much weight into your right foot, which is on your client's back. Well, that will feel dangerous, oppressive, or painful for the client. So any standing position in Thai massage requires you to have good balance. But there's another issue, and that's the mat. Imagine you stand on your bed. If, let's say, you have a soft mattress and you stand on there, you will feel that your feet are all wobbly because it's not firm. But if you stand on the solid floor, it's very easy to keep your balance. So that's why the mat in Thai massage should be fairly firm, so that you have a solid place to stand on. If your mat is too soft and you can sink through easily, it's very hard to keep your balance when you're standing. So, but let's assume you have the right kind of mat, and then the next issue is you have to practice finding your balance. So let me show you that when you stand up. So you have to be able to stand on one foot and then just move the other foot around. The way how you practice that is what's called tree pose in yoga. You just take your foot, put it against your thigh like this, and then just stand like this for a while. And of course you practice that with both legs. So that is how you practice finding your balance. in the standing position. So that's another thing you can just practice a couple times a day along with all the other positions. And after a while, you can stand on one leg perfectly comfortably, you have your balance, and then you can work with your feet. So don't wait until you get to the point in the course where you're supposed to do a standing position and then you find out, oh, I don't have any balance, I can't stand on one leg, and then of course you will have problems. So that's why I'm suggesting all those positions, you should practice them before you get to the point in the course material where you need them. So then you're prepared. And here is the final thing I want to show you, and this is how you sit when you work behind someone's head. Now, you don't use that so much during a normal Thai massage session. Where you will mostly see that is my Heavenly Head massage course, because I sit in there for quite a long time in this position, which is called the half lotus position. Now, I don't expect everyone else to be able to sit like this. I've just been sitting like this for pretty much most of my life, and I feel perfectly comfortable like it, but not everyone will feel comfortable, or some people just cannot sit like that. So I want to show you some alternatives. Now, although I mostly sit like this in my Heavenly Head massage course, but the fact is that I use 5 or 10 minutes of the Heavenly Head massage at the end of pretty much every single Thai massage session that I do. So that means I use this position always in all my sessions. Either for the Heavenly Head massage I use it quite a bit, or when I do Thai massage sessions I use a few minutes at the end of it just to give the client a really wonderful, relaxing, heavenly experience to conclude the session with. So anyway, if you cannot sit like this while working on the head, see, for me this is comfortable. I can support myself on my legs here, my forearms go on the legs, so it's a very easy, comfortable position for me to work. If you cannot sit like that, then you can use this position, and you can in essence do the same things like that. And we talked about practicing this position in an earlier part of this video. But let's say also this is not so comfortable for you, especially if you try to sit like that for a longer period of time. What you can do then is that instead of sitting on your feet, right now I'm sitting on my feet. So that can be a little bit hard on your knees after a while. So you just sit down with your butt on the mat, and now you fold in this case my right leg, and the left leg I just put it out there. So now I have no more stress on my knees and I can still fairly easily work. And I can switch that position around while I'm working. I mean, it takes a little practice. I'm good at that. I've done it a million times. And now I basically turn to the mirror image of the same position. I can do this while I'm working on someone, and the client won't even notice that I'm switching positions. So you can do this very elegantly. And if you do that, that makes it really easy on you, because sitting like this, you know, one leg folded, the other one comfortably stretched out a little bit. Basically, almost anyone can do that. And if you want to make it even more comfortable, if you arrange your massage mat and the session and the client in the right way, you can lean against the wall and stretch out both legs and just work on the client like that, and do some head massage, face massage work, and that's very comfortable. But if that's not possible, this position is the second easiest one. And if you're comfortable and you're flexible, then you can work in this position or in the half lotus position. So whatever works for you. I just want to show you there are many different ways of doing that, so you're not stuck doing one position just because that's how I show it in the video. This is what works for me, but you don't have to do it that way. So now you have a whole range of positions that are used in Thai massage and that you can and should practice before you get involved with really doing the Thai massage practice sessions, and it will help you to feel much more comfortable in your body and avoid any aches and pains that you might have because you're not used to sitting or kneeling in a certain way.